In 1971, Nutting released the first commercial video game arcade machines. They would catch on like wildfire and spark a brand new market. Controversy wouldn't take long, though. To promote the film, Death Race 2000, Exidly, an arcade company, creates the Death Race arcade game. The game is marketed as violent, even though the gameplay mostly consists of driving over gremlins. One of the controversial features are the screams when gremlins are run over. The arcade game was banned across numerous states. Custer's Revenge is a Swedish erotica game released by game developer Mystique. The game was extraordinarily controversial, as even the makers of the console it was created for, Atari, sued Mystique over the game's offensive content, saying it damaged the company's name and reputation. The game was described by the Star Banner as gives players points for joining a female figure representing an Indian maiden and a male figure without pants representing Custer. Exidly would get back to their roots of offending the American public when it released its light gun machine game called Chiller in 1986. Chiller was a game that consisted of torturing or killing prisoners of a medieval castle. The game was accompanied by quite brutal sound effects and a lot of gory imagery. Chiller was banned in numerous countries, and the majority of US arcades refused to stock it. Mortal Kombat was a fighting arcade game released in 1992 by Midway Games. Mortal Kombat is one of the most popular of these games, but its popularity made it all the more controversial. Most of the controversy stemmed from the violence of the game that featured graphics that rendered its characters very human looking. A lot of blood is a hallmark, but most egregiously are the crazy finishing moves that can depict decapitations or ripping hearts out of chests. While Mortal Kombat faced heavy backlash, its popularity and sales failed to prevent it from becoming one of the bigger video game franchises. In 1982, Sega released a gimmick game for the Sega CD, which they were trying to promote at the time. The game was called Night Trap, and is probably one of the worst examples of unwarranted controversy in the video game industry. The gameplay featured the player watching a slumber party and being tasked with saving the girls at the party from serial killers. This was widely misunderstood as killing the girls for the fun of the game and fostered great outrage. The backlash from both Night Trap and Mortal Kombat was felt in Washington. Senators Joe Lieberman and Herb Kohl started a campaign to regulate video games. With the threat of the Video Game Ratings Act of 1994 looming over, the gaming companies decided that it would be prudent to create a lobby in Washington. This lobby was called the Interactive Digital Software Association, and later renamed Entertainment Software Association. The ISDA was able to administer the Entertainment Software Ratings Board. The ratings upon presentation to Congress were Early Childhood, EC, Kids to Adults, KA, Teen, T, Mature, M, and Adults Only, AO. Along with the rating, there was a box on the back that explained the rating. The ratings were approved by Congress and began on September 1994. Even though they were voluntary for the software developers, ratings were required by the hardware makers and retailers.